remember doing a scene, and it's in the outtakes thing. And my arm's on the table because I can't move it. I'm like shifting my arm, and it's also just going like. Heffernan's like, get him out of here, man.
What's up? How did you not end up in Heated Rivalry?
You want me? Okay, let me tell you a story about Heated Rivalry.
There we go.
No. It's not what you think. No, guys, rethink that music, man.
What are you talking about? No?
I didn't know it was going to be like that.
He's all right. He's like, thanks for having me. I'm jumping right into it. Welcome to Who Needs. Jamie Kaler, Mike Bunin, our director, Mr. Victor Nelly here.
Hola.
Lazy Mountain Media, Ben Duff. But our guest today is fantastic. I know him from Tacoma, FD. But if you have a warm heart in you somewhere and you like Canadian romanticism, then you might have enjoyed Heartland.
Might have.
He also is in some baking, cooking, murder
Get the name
series. Right. Hannah Swearingen?
Hannah murders you with a cake.
Isn't it Swearingen?
No, it's not.
Deadwood?
We're butchering the name of this show, Jamie.
Alan Schweringen's Butcher Shop.
Which I really enjoyed. But he is going to be in Hawk, the new Will Ferrell golf show on Netflix that is coming very soon. He's honestly, I couldn't get through takes in Tacoma FD with him. Gabe Hogan is joining us today. Thanks, Gabe.
Yes.
We've already heard stories about his antiquated F-150 that's having problems, and he's cool.
Yes.
He showed up in a cool trucker hat and a jean jacket that's like, it's got that John Varvatos, this is a $1,200 jacket.
Right. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. So they sort of make fun of you as if you're not here. They talk about you like you're not here.
No.
And scream at you to stop talking before the show starts. Sorry, did you?
No,
I'm so sorry. Please, it's your thing. Go.
No. The only thing I wanted to point out was I haven't done any of that yet.
No, not yet.
Fair enough.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Best guest ever.
A little reminder, if you are listening to this, you're more than welcome to come see the statuesque beauty that is Gabe Hogan.
Oh, yes.
You can see us on Spotify or on YouTube.
Yeah.
And definitely give us a look. And Gabe's here today. He drove all the way up, which is rare because the other two guys from Tacoma FD zoomed it in.
They zoomed.
Lazy.
Yeah.
You made the effort.
Yeah.
You made the effort.
I like to go places.
I
you
like
know,
that.
Don't make it to the valley very often, but it was nice to take a look at the old LA River.
The picturesque LA River. A lot of times we'll just go down and I'll put an inner tube in and I'll just go all the way to the ocean.
Yeah, if it's deep enough.
Can you do that?
A lot of times I have to push and scrape along the bottom of it. But if after a rainfall, I'll get down there in 10 minutes.
Easy.
Seasonal.
Yeah.
Seasonal.
It's a seasonal
rafting
it's a
to the ocean.
Yeah, I rode a homeless
here.
person all the way down there last
It's
time.
one of those
Come on,
lazy
Mike.
rivers
That
at
can
the
be-
hotel. Yeah.
You're gonna get letters about that. People still write letters?
Do they have letters?
Emails.
Emails.
All right.
Yeah.
I was looking. I got excited.
Reddit.
You're gonna get Reddited.
Well, Gabe and I have been chatting a lot because I was at a soccer tournament all this weekend,
Yeah.
and he said, "Bro, you don't know anything, man. My son, you have a son Ryder who's a grown beast at this point,
Grown man. Yeah.
and he played hockey, which you played very serious Canadian. We should also say, for a Canadian, you're not that nice.
Thank you for
Most
that.
Canadians are nicer.
Well, I'm a bit of an outlier. No,
I
that's
would
true.
say he doesn't come across defenseless. You're not defenseless.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm afraid of you.
Okay. Good.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we're definitely
Canadians
gonna.
are fucking nice. So pipe
See,
it.
that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of. That's odd.
Well, I was telling him I was at a tournament all weekend, and he was like, "Dude, you don't know anything because hockey is way more expensive, and I think it's way more travel."
Way more expensive, way more trouble. Well, here's the thing, too. Hockey in Southern California, I grew up in Eastern Canada, and you play high level, get closer to it. Mm-hmm. When you play hockey back in Canada, or anywhere in the East probably, there is 10 teams in your neighborhood that are at whatever level it is, right? Single A, double A, triple A, whatever. So when my son played down here, the pro involvement's crazy, first of all, because people forget. Well, I mean, I forgot. There's 3 NHL teams in California, which is kind of crazy, right? So he played for the Junior Kings, and there's the Ducks down south, right? And then there's the Sharks up north.
San
right?
Jose.
So-
Give me a second. I wouldn't have got that. It was taking me. I was lost.
I
right.
actually had that one. I didn't know that.
So, they play high level hockey, so you're traveling all the time, right? And whether it's always out of state, it's somewhere. And you'll just get an email and say, yeah, so for Chicago next week or whatever. You're like, wait, what? The fuck? Dude, there's no meetings about this? We're all just like everybody's available? Is that so? All the parents are available for this?
We're supposed to book flights within the next 2 weeks.
Right.
It's like a funeral flight where you're like, did you just charge me $4,000 for a flight? Really? Because I booked it 4 days ahead of time.
Yeah, and they're like, well, Ryan's out, has his own plane. And we're like, great. Well, we're driving, man. We're driving to San Jose because it's beautiful, and you're gonna love it. No, but I was saying to you too. We go to like this tournament in Arizona. We're all in Scottsdale, and I'm like, and we're playing all teams from Southern California. I'm like, who organized this? What is just a cash grab?
It's a cash grab.
Completely.
My daughter's 11. And we're playing tournaments all over the place, which is
I don't understand. These traveling teams, pro teams. The kids get none of this money, right? They're wearing all this sponsor, all this gear. They're expected to put in
Our
hours
club
like a
is
professional
sponsored.
athlete.
our
There's no
club is
taste.
sponsored by I want to say Nike has our club.
Well, then where's the NIL money?
Yeah, I don't see any.
Where's
of that.
my NIL money? I was in the theater department.
Well, when you were playing hockey in Canada, were you like? I remember playing sports. My father didn't even know where the field was. Like he never showed up. If my father showed up at a game, it was like a Bigfoot sighting where he was loping behind the bleachers,
Right.
with a cherry red cigarette and a Schlitz in his hand, and people would be like, "Is that your dad? Or what's happening here?" Like, but I'm like, every parent is at every game, like kind of coaching from the sideline, like, "You got to stay wide." Stay wide. And you're like, everyone just shut up.
It's a problem. It's problematic.
It's a real problem.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, I assistant coached some of his teams early on because I got on the ice with him when he was younger, and they're like, "Oh man, you can, you should." So I did, and I'm like, right away, I'm like, no way. It's the parent involvement is they're all bananas.
They're all bananas.
Right? And my
they're
son's the only one who doesn't want to listen to me at all, fucking at all. So it's like,
He's a beast too, right? I mean,
he is, yeah.
Because you're 6'4". Here's what I'll also this is a pretty big compliment, but you broke the Joe Piscopo rule of stay in incredible shape and lose your funny. Like Joe Piscopo was hilariously funny, got in incredible shape, and proved in shape people can't be funny. Gabe Hogan is in incredible shape and also ridiculously funny.
But I have a theory. Can we talk about Piscopo for a second about this theory?
Sure.
Because my theory is that the getting in shape. Boy, he's going to kick my ass one of these days if I ever meet him for saying this. But my theory is the getting in shape exposed him as maybe not being as funny as we thought he was. I feel like he wanted to be something else, and then when he became that, we were like, "Oh yeah, this is what you are. You really weren't that funny."
He was also in a lot of scenes with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
so
the sports character, Sinatra, Jerry Lewis, those were great.
They were great.
But
Okay, that's
the
enough Joe
whiners.
Piscopo.
All right, sorry.
I think he got ripped, and everybody's like, fuck that guy.
There is something.
That's probably me.
I mean, Mike's never had to deal with this, but when you're on stage and people look at you and they go, "God, what an Adonis! This guy's really ridiculously good looking."
What do you say? I've been on stage.
Mike, I'm talking about other people, not you. People who are so good looking and in shape, and then people go, "Wait, he's also funny?" Like it's almost confusing. You wouldn't, Mike. You have no idea what's happening.
For every time I had been referred to as an Adonis after I made a joke.
Yeah,
I'd have
a lot,
2.5
probably
cents.
a lot. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, my son is now. I mean, he's a little taller than me.
Okay.
A little lighter.
How's his ability at the game? Like I
he's
assume you
good.
were
So
good.
he's not playing anymore. He played AAA, which is arguably, it's I think the highest level of that, unless you start playing junior or whatever, or just take
Isn't
it
it
somewhere
crazy
else.
how many levels there are?
Well, also different. Then there's college. Then there's this. And then if you're gonna go play, then he'd be up in like Red Deer, fucking Manitoba, or wherever, somewhere in like northern Canada or something. But that's the choice you have to make. I think you get to a certain level of it, and it's like, how seriously are you gonna take it?
But I saw Youngblood, and honestly, it seemed like a lot of fun.
Well, I was.
Yeah, it's the best game in the. I mean, dude,
But
I'm biased.
one
I don't know, when
Youngblood-
Patrick Swayze cracked his head on the ice, man, that didn't seem fun to me, guys.
Keanu couldn't.
Slapshot seemed fun.
Slapshot seems super fun.
Reggie Dunlop. They're talking about Toe Blake in that movie.
Come on.
I will say, I don't think hockey players get enough credit because I've sat on the glass once at a professional hockey game, and I was shocked
It's
at how
unbelievable.
fast and how hard they hit.
And how big you guys are on the bucket ice.
Especially
and
nowadays, I feel like these
skates.
guys are monsters.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The first time I saw, don't get mad at me, I grew up in Las Vegas.
He's a Vegas Knights fan, by the way, who are
Jeez,
killing people
congratulations.
now.
Thank you.
You guys deserve it. You've been
Been in the league.
at it for a while.
All right, let's get into this. Let me get into this. Then why are there more than 6 teams? Why do we allow any more than 6? If all we're going to have to do is just suffer for 30 years.
Come on,
How's
money.
that good for the
Money,
league?
man.
That's my point.
Well, I'll tell you this. I am a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. I've been one forever. And there's a kid, Mitch Marner, who's on the Vegas Knights right now.
Yes. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I think he's got 10 goals so far this series. Got a natural hat trick, quickest hat trick ever, I think. Broke all these records for the team and everything else. So we had him on the Leafs forever and gifted, amazing player. Now there's cap space and all that sort of stuff too, so we had to move him. But this happens every time, right? In all his time with the Leafs,
Right.
I think he got, I might get this wrong, somebody's going to look at it. I think he got maybe 13 or 10 goals all playoffs.
Okay.
Every fucking playoff. He's got 10 goals this playoffs
Yes.
for the Vegas Golden
Yes, he
Knights.
does.
One thing. And a hat trick.
Yes.
Nazem Kadri, I think, is another guy who got a natural hat trick in the NHL playoffs.
Yes.
The year after he left the Leafs. It's like,
Okay, then welcome back to Hockey Tonight.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, let's do it.
How's that team
love
heated
this.
rivalry doing?
The West Side Arena. Yeah, what's up? How did you not end up in heated rivalry?
you want me? Okay, let me tell you a story about heated rivalry.
There we go.
No. It's not what you. It's just I don't even know how cool.
I
it's
shot
gonna
the
be, but-
pilot.
I mean, I hooked up with a guy.
No. This might get me into trouble, but it's just really funny. I had. If we didn't lead with what we were talking about, this would be funnier. But Lemmy and Steve Lemmy and Kevin Heffernan, our buddies,
Tacoma
FD, all that
FD,
stuff.
Super Troopers,
I think they've both
Broken
been on the
Lizard,
pod. I was talking to them because we talk about stuff all the time. We're pitching different things and whatever. And they said, "Hey, man, we're meeting with Jacob Journey. He's a Canadian guy, and sometimes your managers or agents will put you together with someone to talk about comedy and what you might do or who's doing what or whatever." So we're going to Zoom with this guy. Do you know him? I said, yeah, I know him. I mean, just because he's Canadian, but I do. I mean, I know him a little bit.
You all know each other,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I did a movie with him. Did whatever. I don't know him really well, but you could say, yeah, I know Gabe Hogan, whatever. So they do it, and I don't know what happened. I talked to them after, and a couple of weeks later, and I said, "Oh, how'd that go with Jacob, by the way?" And Lemmy just goes, "Oh yeah, he's doing a gay hockey show. You should be in it." And I'm like, "Okay, that's hilarious." Anyway, we're talking with someone else. He's like, "No, seriously, as soon as you should." And I'm like, "All right, man. Like, that's hilarious. 2026, bro. That joke's not even that funny." Like, again, over and over. Then cut to, I'm like, "Oh, he did do it, and it's the biggest show."
It's the biggest show.
They're
So,
saying
no.
like the numbers for the I almost said World Series.
Yeah.
For the hockey
the cup?
championship game, the cup has gone up. There's like this weird number of algorithms of other women or someone watching the game now.
Oh, maybe because of that show.
Yeah,
you
because of
mean?
that movie.
Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't
That
shock
movie.
me
They're
at
just
all.
they don't even know what's going on.
They brought in there's a whole gay audience that's come in.
Right.
I don't know if it's a gay audience or a women audience, but
So my
there's
guess is
metric.
when last night's game went up against the Tonys lost some audience. They started watching the hockey.
All right.
They probably had picture-in-picture, had the hockey game.
Yeah, big crossover
With the
there. Big
Tonys crossover.
Finally.
Finally!
It's what the league always wanted. They're like,
My wife's watching Off Campus, which isn't he a hockey player in that one too? But it's a straight one. It's a straight.
oh, no one cares.
Finally.
Finally.
When are they finally going to have a straight hockey show? Guys,
We've been asking for it.
come on.
That must have been an incredible pitch. What if we take figure skating and hockey and combine them together? It is really it's a very popular show.
Yeah.
It's a very popular show.
I don't think there's figure skating in it, though.
No.
I think you're just guessing.
What was the one with DB Sweeney, who he's a hockey player and then he goes figure skating with the hot
Yeah.
do you know what I'm talking? You don't shut up.
Happy Gilmore. No, I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking? DB Sweeney's a hockey player. He kind of gets injured, and then he becomes a figure skater, and he does couples.
Oh,
with,
no,
with
I
the,
do know.
With the
Yeah,
little,
yeah, yeah.
she's
I
got a
don't
little
remember
black
something about
bob
it, but
haircut.
yeah, I think I kept
She's
flicking
hot.
through. I was
Total
no.
nudity sex scenes.
Tanya Harding.
Yes, exactly.
Tanya,
yeah.
with,
And she smashed him
what's
in the
her
knee.
name? Yeah,
I read
yeah.
for Nancy
Yeah,
Kerrigan,
it's a
by the
great
way.
thing.
I read for Nancy
You
Kerrigan.
You
Well,
could.
dude, talk about because you were just off shooting The Hawk, which is coming out.
Yeah, please
that
talk about
looks
this.
amazing.
I'm jealous.
Are you even you don't play a golfer in it?
I don't. I play. So I play Jimmy Tatro, who's a buddy of ours, who plays Farrell's son in it, and I play his trainer and sort of enabler. I don't want to like give everything away or whatever, but yeah, it's just super bro-y, dumb stuff,
Well, dude,
kind of the stuff we did on Tacoma, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like that sort of relationship. We
Yeah.
had that it was one of the most fun things to do. That so Jimmy Tatro, for everybody listening, is a very fine actor who played Kaler's boy on Tacoma FD.
He was one of the cops, and we had a heated rivalry.
Oh, there it
right.
is.
The-
Nice. You brought it
with the
back.
fire department.
Good way to put it.
And Shuck was constantly trying to, and then he couldn't do it one year, and then Rudnitsky ended up taking some part as my son that was originally supposed to be Tatro's part.
Right. That's right. Yeah. I
As,
think we couldn't get him because he was off to the races
yeah, he was
doing
off to the
everything.
races after that.
But
Yeah.
shout out to Rudnitsky too. Very funny guy.
Very
I thought,
funny.
really, really good.
Do you play golf?
I do. Yeah. I'm not great, but
No, that's okay. I was gonna say,
I did
like,
see the
that's not the
trailer,
question.
and I
No,
love
no.
Will Ferrell, but I saw they show like one of his swings or something,
Yeah.
and you're like, and he's supposed to be like a pro golfer.
I know.
It's so rare.
Oh, these poor guys, all the actors, because all these PGA Pro guys there as the technical advisors, whatever,
Exactly.
whatever, and they're like, well, listen, we're all fucking actors,
Exactly.
okay? Like we get that.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
it's also
Were they
so-
trying to
little
show
bit,
people
but-
how to swing?
well, I think you have to sure, because if there's actors playing golf,
course.
it's like any sport, right? Like if you're competent at it, they can. shoot
Have
it
you
how they
seen
shoot it.
pro
The
golfer? had you
Kellogg
s-
commercial I did had a pro there for us, like just where we were all golfing.
Yeah.
and that. Like they're always going to be a pro there.
Had you seen a pro swing before shooting this? I went to Riviera for the Genesis. That was
No.
the first time I stood like
Yeah.
6
stood on
feet
the
away
tee box,
from
exactly,
Rory
yeah.
McIlroy, who
Exactly.
came up to my shoulder, and I was like, that guy's gonna rip the ball.
Right.
Four
And then I
miles.
watched his swing, and it's like a different sound.
Yeah.
Right.
They're
Right.
so insanely
imagine
good.
it's-
It's funny. I actually saw Rory do this thing where they showed him silhouettes of like fucking 15 different and he nailed he just looked like just a silhouette
Yeah.
of their swing. And
He knew the
and
swing.
he picked every fucking
He
and
knew
then
their
one of them
swing.
was like, he's like, that's LeBron James.
It was. Yeah, it totally was.
Well, that's because but that one was laying on the ground though.
Yeah. Just because the silhouette was fucking 20 feet tall.
It's got to be the difference actually, like between an amateur hitting a slap shot and hearing somebody at a pro level.
Yeah, I think
right. I
that's-
mean, like
yeah.
it's got to be like that kind of a
Yeah.
sound difference, shock.
Didn't some guy
difference.
just get hit in the face?
Yeah, McNabb in the first game.
Yeah.
Brutal.
I-
Absolutely brutal.
I thought
I'm always amazed they don't wear
he had the full mask on in the next game.
for the rest of his
In
life.
game 3.
Like you have no face bone left.
He has a scar, like stitches all the way.
Yeah.
I thought his whole nose and face exploded. I have no idea how he's alive. Like
They are
sure.
by far. It's so crazy that the goalies didn't even wear masks
I
until.
don't understand that.
I
Please
love
tell
those
me.
old.
Oh, Eddie Sawchuk, you seen the thing of
just
him?
standing there.
And he's literally, but here's the thing, stitched like this.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, I'm good, coach. Goes back out and fucking, like after, like they sewed his face together, like badly too. He's like, yeah, I'm good.
And he went to work on Monday, wherever his real job
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
because they weren't paying anybody
And like
then
this,
either.
like this is how they used to. They would be like this.
They'd lead.
No, they don't even do that now. They're like this. They're like, where's the puck? And just bing. Like, Jesus.
When that hit McNabb,
There should be an old timey hockey show.
There should be.
That's your next one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I did a show called, and in Canada, there's a famous. It's in 1972. The Canadians beat the Russians in a world thing of hockey, right? It was very, very big.
If it's not about the Americans, I don't know anything about
I know
it.
about this.
It's not. It's not the Miracle on Ice. It was for Canada. No, it's fucking huge, right? It was really big because the Russians hadn't entered the NHL yet, but they knew like Canadians were expected to just blow them out of the water, and they didn't, right? And it was this big thing. But they ended up winning in 7 games and whatever. So we did a mini series of it, and I played Ken Dryden, goalie. I don't know if you know who he was.
Of
For that.
course.
Yeah, Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
famous
yeah.
sort of thing.
Dude,
like
I'm from
this.
Boston. We were the Bruins.
there you
we
go.
used to play. I hated the Canadians growing up. Yeah.
So of course we had Phil Esposito was on the team.
Yeah. Mhm.
Phil's brother was on the team. Who I know both of them or knew his brother. And Esposito gives this great speech, very famous. That I'm not going to do it. I can't remember it, but there's a lot of very Canadian moments in this thing, right? So I was stoked. I mean, I wasn't a goalie, but I got cast as him. I'm just happy to be in it. You got to skate on this old skates, which are just long and flat. Goalie gear is different. But back then, too. So I'm in the sideburns and a fucking wig and a thing and the mask and like, but the goalie gear was like, it's like wearing an extra shirt. It's just like a quilted fucking thing. And the pads are horsehair and everything. The stick is flat and hard and you're just like, what the fuck?
But the puck, just to be clear, the puck
puck's
is
the same.
still just as hard.
Very, very hard.
The puck is as hard as it is today.
It's been in a freezer for a year.
Yeah. They do that actually.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They got to be cold when they put them on the ice. So when the guys are using the old gear, which is the old flat wooden sticks and stuff too, and they're kind of shooting it around. So a lot of everybody could play hockey. Half the thing was, you have to do a hockey audition to do the thing. But the guys to fill out the team played junior, either pro and we're done or whatever. So guys could all skate and guys were good. So we'd be fucking around after, and as soon as we're done, and guys would pull out their composite sticks and the real sticks, and then the shots are like rockets, right? Because it's tough to, the old-timey sticks that are a flat piece of wood, you could fire a shot, but you can't.
You
And I'd
can't
be
hook
like-
it and snap
No,
it.
and also there's no whip to it. You
Yeah.
see the guys now, you bend on the stick, it whips,
Right.
back then.
They break it.
It was
They
just
break
wood,
this
right?
thing.
Yeah. But you look at like a picture of Ovechkin on him doing his shot, the stick is like,
Yeah.
It's
Right,
like
and
golf
it's just
shafts
like-
today.
It's like a golf shaft, like an old man golf shaft.
Exactly.
So as soon as they'd call, like we'd cut or we'd whatever, guys start flying around, I had to get the fuck out of there because I'm like, you cannot shoot at me with real sticks because it's like I'm wearing an extra shirt here.
I'm not
like,
even a
it's not-
goalie.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I played center and then later on in life, like after I was done, I played a lot of defense.
Did you think you were going to be an actor when you were a kid, or were you, the famous Tom Cruise story? He's like, he hurt his knee playing football and was like, well, I guess I'm an actor.
yeah.
That's Tom Cruise's story?
That's everybody's story.
I was going to say that's
He's like, he
Keanu
blew it out
Reeves.
in Pop Warner and made a decision?
He's like,
I'm
I was going to
confused.
play pro football. You're 5'9", brother.
Oh, yeah,
But
what?
Tone it down.
No,
No, but I was thinking about it. I mean, I was considering.
I mean, you're a monster. You're 6'4". Yeah, you must have.
Yeah. I think there was a time, probably like every kid that plays in Canada, you sort of dream of that, but
Sure.
I don't think that was gonna happen. I blew my knee out, and I mean,
He's playing against Tom Cruise, wasn't
It
he?
sure was.
yeah. Chicago had the rights to me. You see, I was
Were you?
actually the Boston Bruins had the rights to my dad.
Did
Is
they
that
really?
right?
That's
Did your dad
awesome.
play pro?
Yeah, he went to no, he didn't, but they had his right. It was different back then, right? So like they had the rights to him, meaning like he went down there, I think, for like a training camp or something like that. They were looking at him and whatever, didn't make the team, and then shortly after that, he just
Yeah, but they blocked him.
He became an actor.
He did. Yeah.
They blocked him from going
dad
to
was a
another
big
show.
actor.
Yeah. He was on. You probably know him, or people would mostly know him from Battlestar.
Yeah.
Battlestar. He was Colonel Ty.
That's
with-
right.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
I knew
That's my
that.
dad.
I
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
right.
that. That's so funny.
awesome.
Was it? I mean, did you know growing up? I mean, did other kids go, "Is that your dad?"
Yeah, is your dad Colonel?
Yeah, it's funny because my mom was in the business as well, both of them, and they did a lot of theater. So when I was coming up as a kid, it was traveling all around doing shows or whatever, and they were both in Shaw and the Stratford Festival too, and Shakespeare Festival, all that sort of stuff, and then film and TV and stuff. But it's a funny thing because when you grow up in it, you don't know anything else,
No.
right? So somebody
Right.
asks you like, "Was that weird?" You're like, "I didn't know there was nothing to compare it to."
Right, you just
It was
traveled.
like when they do something and be like, "Wait, your dad was on that show?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess."
And he was also an incredible
watch it, no.
athlete. Like that's the rarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would argue your father is the Mark Harmon of Canada.
All right.
That's
Mark
my
Harmon was a pretty famous football player.
Yep.
baseball player.
I'm sorry. Oh, wait.
Baseball player.
Was he?
I think he was a quarterback as well.
He was a
but
quarterback
yes.
at UCLA.
But he played at all those sports. He was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
Wait,
at
and
it.
then what's his thing? And then he did.
He's
what?
NCIS.
NCIS.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Is
Oh
it
yeah,
NCIS?
I did that.
Mark Harmon.
I did a.
And he was summer.
I did that.
Oh,
show.
so I think you worked with him. Yeah.
He was. I did one. He was great. He was
Yeah.
great. And the whole
I
time
didn't,
I was like,
okay? That's what we're
and he
getting at,
told-
guys. I didn't.
Yeah, I told you, Mike.
That's
listen,
what we're getting at.
He's like, I'm making a connection.
You're not
here.
the right look for that show.
I'm an Adonis.
You're not the right look for NCIS.
All right. I don't know.
He did
we put
tell
us together for a second.
amazing
Look
stories.
at us together. Look at us together.
Unless we were getting audited.
No, you could have been like, it's like we're on the field and you're on the thing. You're like, guys, he's coming in at fucking whatever. I don't know if they have those parts in it. Remember, it was always somebody back at the
Remember? Yeah, it was always me.
Like,
I know
holy
exactly
fuck.
where you're.
Okay,
Yes,
guys,
I
you're gonna
remember.
want to take a left at the next road. I'm pulling it up. Pull it up. I'm pulling it up.
Here are the parts I read for on those. There's that guy,
Uh-huh.
and then there's this guy. I was just borrowing it. I was gonna bring it back. Those are the two roles that I mostly read for on those shows.
Love it. I was talking to my brother today, and he was saying something about why don't you get on one of those Taylor Sheridan shows? Yeah, I'll give him a call. Why don't I give him a call and see what's happening?
That's the best.
But I don't have a Southern accent either. I'm very Boston. It's hard for me to go like, "Hey, what's happening in there?" It's terrible.
No, I get that too. It's amazing that people think that that's how it goes, right?
Right.
Hey, you should do. Should I? I should do White Lotus.
Dude,
I'm going to call them, man.
First,
That's a good idea.
Taylor
I'm
right
sorry.
now.
Hey, I'm Gabe Hogan. Thank you so much. I'm gonna give them a call. What's their number? Do you know their number? Because I might do that.
I get out of the Navy to become an actor, and I moved to L.A., and my father sent me a letter that was just basically the Navy Times pay scale, and he had highlighted what I would be making had I stayed in the Navy.
Oh, great.
And he wrote in the margin,
right.
pretty good, huh? That's
Right.
all. That was all. That's Irish Catholic child abuse. But do you know this? My mother sent me a different letter. I got a letter from my mother, and it was, again, a newspaper clipping, and she had cut it out, and the headline said, Sylvester Stallone to start movie studio in Florida. And she wrote in the margin, might want to get in on the ground floor. I was like, yeah, let me give him a call.
I love it, though.
I loved her positivity, though. She was the sweetest.
But just
Okay.
meaning well, right? Meaning,
She was-
I
she
told him he
honestly
should give
was
him a
like-
call. It was,
Why? How would it hurt? Just give him a call.
The only time I didn't feel my mom always supportive. My dad, except for this one time, he's like, "Hey, I talked to your mother. You got a call back for so what's it for?" I was like, "It's for NYPD Blue."
right.
And my dad's a guy from the Bronx, and I grew up in Las Vegas. And my dad's like, "Oh, what's the role?" I was like, "It's a low-level criminal. They get me in the room, they shake me down, I give up the information." There's a pause. He goes, "I can hear him smoking.
Right.
I hope you don't get it." I go, "What?" And he goes, "How am I supposed to tell my friends to turn on the TV and watch my kid play a rat?"
Jesus.
I
My
said,
father was the same.
he called me 2 days later. How'd it go? I said, "I didn't get it." He said, "Oh, you get the next one. Good.
I played a
You didn't get it? Good. I made a call. I know people everywhere. I don't want you doing that. I told you.
I did a JAG episode, and I played like Staff Sergeant Dempsey or something. And I
Yes.
tell my dad, I was a staff sergeant. And he goes, what? He goes, you were a lieutenant when you were in the Navy. You got out to play an enlisted man? Here's your mother. Bang. And he hung up on me. I was like, welcome to the world, Dad. Was your dad, because it's so funny we talk about sports, was your dad like excited? Like did he think you were going to advance in hockey? Like I see parents today and I go, hey, I don't know how to tell you this. Your kid's they're not gonna play D1. They probably might not play high school. I'm not sure what you're thinking in here.
Yeah.
Because it's so different from when I played Little League. You played Little League, then you played high school, then you did things. But
Yeah.
like nowadays, I feel like these kids are.
Little League is funny. I got a funny story about Little League.
tell
But like my dad, I feel like this is a sad answer, but it's not. I don't even remember. I don't recall him being any way about me playing. Do you know what I mean? Like, just like, get your shit. Why are let's go, get up.
That was
Like, we're supposed to be like, you're half an hour. Come on, man. I'm not. Well, then you're taking the bus or whatever, right? But them coming, to games and everything. Yeah, sure, it was all fun and fine and everything too. But I feel like we were a lot more self-sufficient there.
I think that was
also
more
grew up
that generation as well.
It's generational, and also, like there were buses and stuff. Like we could get picked up. I remember we would do a thing where in Toronto we'd go to Buffalo and play tournaments when we were little. I can't imagine doing this now. Little, with no parents or anything, and I'd go and bill it with the other team. We'd all meet at Chuck E. Cheese, and I'd go to some other house, some team we were playing against, and stay with them for the weekend, play, and then go home. We did it in baseball too.
Wow.
Like
Instead of, which by the way, makes so much more sense because some of these people, we go in these club tournaments and they go, it's only a couple hours away, and they go, we're all staying, we all got rooms, and we're all going to be at the pool, and we're there 2 nights, and each night's like $600 at the hotel. I go, how much am I going to spend on this stupid sport?
Again, are you getting a per diem from any of the sponsors?
and then you're
No.
forced to hang out with those people the whole time.
I do. I will tell you, and I have a bit about it that I go, we're having soccer tryouts for my kids' club this weekend. kids don't need to be there.
No.
We're just trying out
Right,
parents.
yeah.
Because honestly, the kid's going to
yeah.
quit in 2 years anyway. We
Yeah.
need to know you're cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to hang and have a drink? Leave your
my
kids in the
God.
room. Don't be quoting the Bible.
Don't,
it'd be
please,
just,
no.
You know, whatever you're doing. But yeah.
Showing up in the rink and being like, hey man, actually, I got my stuff over at
We've been very lucky that my kids' clubs have absolute killers on it, and the parents are super fun, and so it's been
Sure.
Yeah.
Like he'd say if they weren't, because you probably
no,
watch
I
it.
have. I've lit people up. We name names. That we were going to call the show name. We name names.
Yeah.
And
Right.
yeah. Most of the names I name are Mike though.
Yeah.
Which is, it takes some of the heat off.
Oh yeah, so for Little League, so Ryder was already. So my son was born when we immigrated here, and he was already playing hockey because I had him on skates since he could walk basically. And we came down, and we went to in El Segundo where the Kings have their program there, and met the guys and whatever. Got him on a team, great. And when I was coming up, like in the off season of hockey, I played baseball. Like now, there's no off season for any sport. I think we
Right.
talked about that.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
So we'd do that, or I played lacrosse or whatever, mostly baseball. And so we came down. I live in the South Bay, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, all that. Tons of pro baseball guys, pro volleyball,
So
pro
good.
hockey, like
So good. Yeah,
everybody's
yeah, yeah.
elite,
Right.
elite. And my daughter
for
played volleyball, and it's like, fuck. Well, here's all the Olympians. You can,
Yes.
or whatever, right? And the Kings live down there, the Dodgers, whatever. So my son, who played some t-ball, really little, and I said, well, I want to go check out. You want to play baseball? Like, we'll go down. And I can't remember, like, really little, man. So we go down, and we'll sign up for Little League. And we get there, and baseball's not his sport, but he's like, yeah, sure. Hockey's his thing. And we get there. These kids are like, socks pulled up. They're chewing tobacco. They're fucking like, I hit dingers and fucking went. I'm like, I don't know, buddy. I think we're not. They're just elite.
They all look like miniature John
And they're
Kruk.
like 7 years old, right? Yeah. I'm like, do you want to? Let's go play lacrosse. Yeah, okay.
Well, every time we played yesterday, and this 11-year-old girls, and there was a girl on the other team, my height. She's like 6 feet tall, and
Right,
I was
right.
like, is she the chaperone? What's happening?
Right.
And she was a monster and could just pound the ball and crush.
I don't make a high school
Here's
team
what I
today
do,
if
though.
was
Right?
Not-
Yeah.
I just don't.
yeah.
I just don't think I do.
I
There's
look
high
at
school
her.
kids that can throw in the hundreds.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying.
It's like
That kid at Notre Dame got drafted first. It was crazy.
Yeah.
My
High school
brother
team.
Dan was clocked at 88 or 90 around 15.
wow.
And he was starting to get little offers here and there at a Little League. And then, my brother Dan at 15 was like, I'm going to be a lawyer. I don't want
Yeah.
to go be in a
Right.
single A Reds
That's the other thing.
organization.
Yeah.
Especially baseball, you can't do 11 months a year. You can't pitch 11 months a year. Your body can't take it.
I don't know how
It's
hockey can be. How
crazy.
can hockey be year round?
Dude, I look at the other
You're
sideline
falling
though.
on frozen cement.
Well, that's
constantly.
I would say I think that what people don't realize. I think the playoffs is just survival. Who can stay healthy to the end?
100%.
It's a fucking. That's what it is.
It's like 3 months, isn't it?
How many games is it? 16. Football is how many games in the season?
16
Yeah,
in a
16,
season.
right?
Yeah.
And baseball is like
18 now, right?
Did they add games?
I think it's I'm a bookmaker's kid, and I don't know.
other teams. The and baseball is like 2,422 games or whatever.
161.
162.
It's insane.
162.
Yeah.
I believe.
So and hockey regular season now is what? Ooh, fuck.
It's a lot.
I don't know, 70 something
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes, it's almost-
and then playoffs after that. But it's so the wear and tear on the body. That's what I would say too, which makes football so exciting is every single game means something.
Yeah.
I'm a Blue Jays fan. I love baseball, but it means nothing until October. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I mean, really, like unless
And the
you're
other
totally
problem with
blowing it.
baseball is you can be out, by July, you can theoretically be
My brother would
numerically
call me-
out of the
Right,
playoffs.
right,
brother
right.
Dan
It's
would-
the
over.
whole rest of the
Dan would
Well,
call my
We
brother
got
Dan.
81 more games, guys.
He'd call me May 1st every year and be like, "Well, the Mets are already mathematically
Yeah.
eliminated."
Right. It's like being on a show, and I've had this happen where you're halfway through and they're like, "We're canceled." And you're like, "Are we going to shoot the last 6?" Yeah. It's great. Come on, guys, let's go, gang. You're like,
That's
"Wait,
better. You get
they already
paid.
fucking hate it, and we're done."
We talked about this last
Right,
week
right.
because I was on a show
did, yeah.
where they came in on the Wednesday. It was called Heist. And it was at noon, and they go, "We're done." And they were like, "You mean for lunch?" And they go,
Right.
"No, we're done."
Right.
That was it. People went to their trailer, got their
Just
stuff,
packed
and
up.
drove home.
Oh, fuck,
Halfway
like
through
the-
the episode, they were
Wow.
like, "And cut."
I told him I booked a guest star at 3 in the afternoon, and at 5 in the afternoon they called and told me the show was canceled.
You shot 6 more episodes of a show that was canceled.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, it hadn't aired yet, right? So
Right.
like they knew that. Because I think it's weird now too how they'll like there's a couple of shows like I just did the show Elle, which is the prequel to Legally Blonde. I just got back from doing, which is super fun.
Nice.
June Raphael, very funny. All my stuff was with her. Anyway, so when they sent me the stuff, it was like season 2, and I'm like, oh, cool, great. Let me find season 1. I'm like, what show is this? It's not out, right? So they did season 1.
Oh, and they
shot and haven't aired it. Season 2 just finished. The whole season's done now. So they have 2 seasons, like before they even have aired anything, right? So they're making all these decisions. Like they're not putting it out and going, let's see what people think. They're just like, Bezos loves it. Oh, let's do it. I don't know.
I mean, that's how it works, I think.
Yeah,
he's writing the checks.
So no, it was doing a show, and they came in, they just came and said, so when it's not like this is it basically. Yeah. So like that season would air, but they've been canceled because so it's just
Vic,
such a weird thing.
Everybody's
like, okay,
you've been in the middle of directing something that's been canceled by any chance?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, there was one I remember. I was at Fox, and I was doing Kinship Confidential, and next door was, I think it was a show called like Legal Eagle or something like that. And at lunch, on a Wednesday, they canceled at lunch, and everybody was hanging outside. The stage. We come, what's going on? And it was like, oh, we're just cancel this. And it was a new Fox executive, and we're like, ooh, well, glad we're not them. And a week later, they're like, okay, we're down to 7 episodes instead of 13.
No shit.
Oh yeah, it was like, just cut it out. But oh man,
I still don't know
John
how Kitchen
Stamos
Confidential
show.
didn't work with Bourdain's book and
it was
what's his name, the star.
He's Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper was the star.
Oh, that's right.
No, it was,
and it didn't go.
John Stamos show. I had the same thing. We had to finish an episode.
Oh,
though,
that's right, the Stamos one.
And it was like I had these crazy scenes. So I had this like whole motion control scene where it's like John Stamos and like everybody was just getting drunk out in the back, and I was like trying to finish this episode. And it was like no one gave a shit. It was like all right. It was like John Stamos and Lori Loughlin trying to doubling themselves, and it's like this intense scene. And I'm like, what are we shooting this for? The show's canceled.
You think of all the amazing
Crew's
shows
not coming back. They're like,
the writers in the back.
We're
just
done, bro.
All the amazing
Like
shows
for
we're
a whole
not
week.
going to have because we don't have pilot season, where they just would, all those shows that sometimes was the last pilot chosen, and that was the one that took off.
Remember the insanity of pilot season 2?
dude.
When you'd just be in these rooms and going like, and then I'm going over here to another one I'm not going to get, but Jesus, it's just
I'd be like
3 or 4 a day.
But I'm
literally
going to work
waiting.
really hard on it.
I'd go, all right, which one did Rob Riggle take?
Right,
Okay,
right.
that's
Yeah.
out. Which one
Right.
did Ken Marino take?
No, that's right.
Okay.
Sure, that's you,
All right,
yes.
those guys are out of the mix? Okay, I'm okay. Maybe I have a shot.
right.
Yes.
But literally, I would read for something, and I'd always be like the first day of casting. And they already have offers out
I always
to
know.
like 20 people.
Every time I'm walking
You're
out.
like, why are we even doing this?
Right. Yeah.
You never know.
But there was
Never
like
know.
Yeah, but even then,
He
then,
might have 3 other things.
I was saying they've got
In
the
first
names
position.
I swear, but then you know who you're. Like me, I'm always like whenever I'm walking out of the room and in comes like PJ Byrne or Gelman, I'm like,
Right.
congratulations, guys, you got it.
But there
That's
was like
like
80
booking
pilots though.
anything. Like this was officially started as a My Boys Rewatch podcast, and I remember it was like 6 auditions to book the stupid thing, and I didn't even. There was nobody at the final callback, and I was like, "Oh, I got this." And then to come to find out, no, the other guy's in New York.
Todd Stashwick.
Luckily, I
right.
didn't know that because there's nothing
Yeah.
worse than sitting literally next to the person you're testing against, and you're like, one of us is going back to bartending tonight,
Right.
And the other guy's gonna go look at Holmes.
Matt Levin and I turned to each other and we said, whoever books it has to buy the other guy's
Yeah,
steak.
have you done
Right.
that?
That's what we did.
yeah.
I bought him a
Oh
steak.
my gosh.
But it's crazy now because now you sort of make these tapes in your living room or whatever and send them into oblivion and get and like,
Hey, anything going on?
it's just like what, you know what I mean?
I always go, can you
going
check
and
for
just,
feedback?
like-
And they go, yeah, sure.
I'm like, well, I do that too, and I'm like, don't send it, don't. Why? Why? It doesn't-
I just need
Yeah.
someone to go, we saw it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I just,
Somebody actually watched it. Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. Otherwise, it just feels like an honorable mention. Hey, you
Yeah.
got to audition too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
But there was like 80 to 100 pilots being shot every year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there was
Well,
like
that was also
15 to
my
20
shot because
dramas,
I
15
needed.
to 20.
Well, that was it.
I
comedies.
needed
Yeah.
75 to
I needed
fail.
70.
per
75.
episode. I mean, per
Yeah.
network.
Yeah.
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 There was
Yeah.
so many.
What are
I
they
mean,
doing now? What's the rumor? What is it?
They
They're-
don't. They're
are
just
they not
they're
ordering
doing
pilots?
stuff year round. It's just all year round, and then they'll like right now. I know Saint Denis is getting ready to to start up in like July or something, which is just weird.
Yeah.
And they'll shoot
Yeah.
for 13 weeks and they'll be done.
I heard that
And-
like Netflix was going to order pilots instead of going straight to series. Is that an incorrect
I
rumor? or
haven't heard
just,
But I mean,
did
even
you
if
hear
they
that?
did, I feel like it's not. There's no season to do it because
You're
there's
right.
no network
You're right.
machine, right?
You're right.
It's
Yeah,
all like
that's right.
they'll just
Yeah.
do it
Once
whenever
Fox
the fuck
and everybody
each
bailed on the
thing,
traditional
once
pilot
Well,
season,
it's
it killed
also. Should we give Jamie a call? Actually, I believe Kurt Russell's going to take this one.
Exactly.
Oh, I
Is
think
Michelle Pfeiffer going to take it? I think Michelle Pfeiffer's going to. Is Nicole Kidman? I'm sorry, is Harrison Ford going to
Dude.
take that part?
That's what
Thank
I'm
God.
saying too. Yeah. Oh, it went to Ryan Gosling. You're like, why the fuck did you even? Oh,
We should have had.
really?
Am I auditioning against the? We should be partying that I'm auditioning in the same category, guys, right?
I
No.
read for White Lotus, and I worked really hard on it. Like 3 days, I memorized this thing, and it was probably one of the best tapes I've shot. And I knew, even as I was sending, he's like, "Not a chance."
Yeah.
And then I saw the lineup of people who were just taking like the recurring parts, and I was like, "They're all movie stars,
Dude.
Yes.
I mean, we're of the generation too, where I remember when it was like, well, those film actors are starting to do. They're doing TV now.
Yeah,
So
wait a
like
minute.
so and so's like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
He's doing it. What am I gonna do?
I
You're
mean,
like,
and before that, it was what I want to say. Voiceover actors were voiceover actors, and then it was like, now we'll just get Eddie Murphy. Now we'll just
Right.
get one of the. We'll get Donald Sutherland to do
Yeah.
this. He'll
Yeah,
pay his
yeah,
taxes
yeah.
for 10 years doing this
Yeah.
Lincoln commercial.
You got to
Yeah.
start your own YouTube channel, man. Yeah.
That's funny, man.
What? So get back to your
Oh,
son.
but wait, no.
Yeah.
The other thing about going into the rooms too. Do you remember that? There was that great feeling when they just come out and be like, "Can you stick around? What are you doing later?" Like just those, like being out with your peers, even
best.
doing this, being with you guys. I
Yes.
fucking love it. Right? Even when you say do it on Zoom,
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
that's-
let me come there,
What
right?
you
Because
just said.
everything is digital now,
But
right?
what you just said, being in the room when they walk out and they're like, okay, Victor, you're up next. Jamie, do me a favor. Can you hang out for a little
Yeah.
bit?
Right, just and even if it
And
doesn't
you're like,
happen, you're like, yeah, but you're there, you're doing it, and even with your buddies, he's there again. Where are you going? Oh, we're doing this. Oh, great. Hey,
Yes.
But that is like, that's
waiting
unless
room
you
camaraderie.
get there and do the work. It used to feel like the audition was part of the work. You'd get there, you're there, you're involved. It's all that sort of stuff. I mean,
Yes.
you know.
Also, you're probably similar to us, where it's like I'm way better in the room than I am as an actor.
Oh my God,
Like a lot of
bro.
times, I'd book the job because they'd be like, well, "Look, we can cut around him, but he's really fun on
Right.
set. He's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
he's gonna be great to be on set."
yeah.
Well, but they know, like, they get an idea of,
Yeah.
like, they show him prepared. They can make a choice on the spot. We're not going to waste 20 minutes trying to get an explanation to this guy on how to make another choice. In other words, like, they get an
Yeah.
idea how to work on the tape. It's just like,
It's so difficult. How do you know? Like you
Yeah.
could work
You
on
don't.
that for 4 days and have every little beat.
Yeah.
I always love too with the thing. They're like, feel free to improvise. You're like, you mean feel free to write some fucking more dialogue? There's no improv if I'm doing a tape. What do you?
That's right.
Like, feel free to write us some more jokes we might
Because
use.
they'll be like, as they're watching it, they're like, "Man, he's terrible, but should we hire him as a writer? He wrote some, he had some pretty lines on that."
we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Commercials
Commercially,
that
they
happens
would,
to,
we'd,
that used to happen
we'd,
a lot.
like in a callback, we'd riff and improvise, and then we wouldn't get the part, but we'd see the commercial and go, "Glad my line made it."
Oh, you used my bit. Yeah, right.
One- I told you one time a Bud Light commercial. The producer comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, we loved a lot of the stuff you were doing in the callback. Is that cool?" I said, "Oh, absolutely." He goes, "What? Now, we're not going to have you say it. We're going to give it to this other guy." I was just literally like, "What? The, wow!
Yeah.
You're going to kick me in the balls on the way
No,
out?"
no.
too?"
You'll be the neighbor in the window going, but he's gonna say your bits
because it was really funny. The words that you used were really funny.
Yeah.
Well, as a director too, I miss being in the room with the actors.
Right?
You know, no, because it was the same
Well,
thing.
how do you
'cause
know, right?
How do you know?
Because
Yeah.
it was like seeing someone walk around a room. You're like, okay, that's exactly what I want to see on the set. There was so much more, and it was also working with somebody. Hey, now try it this way. Just see, okay, can they take direction?
Are they
Can
cool?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It's just like, am I get some, someone's just gonna freeze on me or something like
Yeah.
that, and that happens a lot where I have, like a guest star come on, they got maybe a couple lines, and all of a sudden, like, they open the door up, and they're there with the star of the show, and they're just like,
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, it's all good.
That's Kaler, yeah.
We're all good.
Yeah. But yeah. No, dude, I can only imagine. I mean, even for having the faith to cast, especially in comedy, to cast somebody, you want to know
Yeah.
how they walk around and breathe
Yes.
and move
Yes.
around and whatever, because you can't, once you get in there, it's like the reason, like you coming in with the gang on Tacoma and everything, it's so easy because it's just,
was
you know what I
fun.
mean? It's not, and it is almost like, it's not that you have to be buddies to be able to do it, but your rhythms and stuff
It
and like
looks
all
fun
that
when you're
stuff,
doing
you're
it.
just like, oh,
You
I
know?
know. Okay, cool. This is like,
You guys were clearly having fun on the show.
yeah.
I mean, it was that
The
always
takes,
reads.
the takes would be like 17 minutes.
You were
Yeah.
saying that.
Yeah.
We'd always be like,
We're not using any of this.
Yeah. yeah.
None of this is usable. Somebody
But it's
else
also like fun, and it's
God, it was
to
so much
watch
fun.
people that are having fun. It takes the anxiety off of you watching someone that's uncomfortable is so tough. I mean,
I like the
stand-up
riffing.
comedians when if
Yeah.
it's how tough is it, especially if it's your buddy or anybody. You're like, it's so difficult when they're uncomfortable and struggling because you feel it, right? I mean, I
you
think
do.
that also goes
when
for
you watch
do.
Tacoma, you can see the chemistry between.
That's what I'm
everybody.
saying.
It blows off.
Yeah.
the
It
screen.
reads.
Same with us because we were all the guys on the show were my groomsmen in my
Yeah.
wedding. Like we're all still really close friends.
Right.
And I think it shows. And I think it starts. We talked about how it starts with the person at the top of whether it's a corporation,
Right.
a country,
No,
or
you're right.
whatever.
You're right. Yeah.
The number one on the call sheet is the person who's like,
right.
"Hey, man, everybody better be cool."
Yeah.
And Heffernan and Lemmy, that was. I mean, people would show up early. People would hang late. Like nobody would leave. Everyone was like, everyone would watch other people's scenes.
Yeah.
And then the scenes would invariably. And Lemmy lit up. We were talking about people like improvising off camera. You're like,
yeah.
You're not on camera.
Yeah.
None of this is usable.
You can't.
Oh,
We're not
I
turning
know.
back around.
Yeah.
You should have said that 2 hours ago.
Yeah. But it's all the guys on camera are like, yeah, it's awesome. And you're like, no. You should know. This is not.
There's gonna be
having a good time.
No context.
Can we come back around? We're like, no, we can't.
But what you said is true, though. Like we would, like on My Boys, I'd hang out and watch other. Like the scenes were fun to watch too, not just to be in.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm sure you guys had an audience.
Does your son think about acting? Did he ever
No.
pursue it whatsoever?
No, interesting. Okay.
I mean, it feels like a family business.
was gonna
It's
say,
a
I
hockey.
kinda
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. No, he plays music. He's deep into that, and he's which is great. I was in bands when I was younger, and so the
Were
backline
you really?
stuff that I had, I've always kept like drums, bass, guitar, PA, and everything. Always just so if my kids ever want to use it, I
do
played
you
in a
play?
band with my ex-wife. And it's always been there. I said if you guys ever want to use it, it's there. It's so now he plays.
He's a
he plays a
drummer.
bit of everything.
I play drums.
He
Right,
drummed.
right.
He
Nah,
drummed. Hey,
that's
man.
a good distinction. I say, are you a drummer or do you see? I can play the drum. I'm not a
play
drummer.
drums. I'm
not a drummer.
I bought a kit.
You were a drummer. You were in a band.
I bought a kit when I was 38. This is the truth. Bought
That's
it,
my drumming.
and then we played at Marley Malone's in a band for like 2 years on Thursdays.
They had a fake Irish
Like,
band.
we had
That
a
was
fake Irish band. We had,
hilariously
like,
funny.
Like we would just do a comedy show. But yes, like I can
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
time.
yeah.
I can do all those things. I'm not ripping any Bonham shuffles, no Picaro shuffles,
Yeah, yeah,
no
yeah.
No, but
Purdy
you
shuffles.
also don't practice 12 hours a day.
Well, I'm not in a band.
No, you're not in a band.
Come on, pal. You still could be.
So let me get this straight. You were 6'4". You're a big hockey player. You
I
were
was.
acting as a
16
younger.
now.
Wait, you're in a band. Now,
and you're in a band.
Are you the shredded guy, like
Yeah.
old leather pilot hat,
Calm
no
down,
shirt?
guys. Calm
What's the
down.
guy who sings? Mother.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, are you Danzig?
Glenn Danzig.
You were Danzig, weren't you?
Knock him out, man.
Tell your children not to walk
My word.
Whoa. We can cut this part out. We can edit that out, right?
Or were you more like a Right Said Fred?
Yeah.
I'm too sexy for this band. And by the way, if you're
New
in a
York
band,
and Japan. No, we were like,
well, you're Canadian, so you got a little bare naked ladies in you.
you know what's so funny, dude? I was singing "You Could Be My Yoko Ono" on the way here because there's all the signs that there's a Yoko Ono exhibit.
Oh, right.
Be my Yoko Ono.
I follow them online. They're amazing.
For the last 2 weeks, I
Amazing.
answer the phone. I go, hello, and he goes, hey, it's Ben. He just starts singing, just killing me.
And he goes, stop doing
Stop
that.
doing that.
Putting that song in my... If you really want to mess with somebody's day, when they go, hi, how you doing? You go, it's been 1 week.
Oh, my
and they go,
God,
God.
dude.
And then that's in their head for the rest of
I
the
mean,
day.
I don't mind the song, but you just every day,
Yeah.
like, hey, what's
It's
up?
Ben.
Hey, it's Ben. God,
Wait,
stop doing it.
What's his name? The singer, the main lead vocalist, Steven somebody. What? He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
he was just on Tom Green's podcast.
Rush was just here last night. They're Canadian, right? Aren't Rush Canadian?
Yeah.
Yeah,
very much so.
yeah. They were.
New drummer, right?
They got a chick drummer who's amazing.
I'm sure.
Geddy Lee had a place north of Toronto, and I cut his grass when I was doing landscaping.
That story didn't go where I thought it was going. Did you, Mike?
It didn't either,
I
but
thought I was going to hear the word "sold."
I mowed his lawn. You know what
all
I
of a
mean?
sudden we were sipping Courvoisier by a fire.
But I was
and-
waiting for. I didn't mind.
I'm
the
a lot
mowing.
younger than him. We're not buddies.
Yeah, it's not
Although
like he's an Adonis.
I did play hockey with Alec Lifeson's son. We played on a team on a men's league team, and his dad bought the whole team robes with their names on it.
Let me ask you this: as somebody that's been a
Hold on.
Is that a true
Hold
story?
on.
You
That
be the
can't-
judge.
We can't just skip over that.
It's like, woo.
I thought it landed
Phone's ringing, bro.
nicely. I thought it landed nicely, just like that.
Like-
But let's continue. Why is your phone on during a show? That's
No,
Let me check
it's
mine,
not
too.
on. It's off.
Never
It's
check, okay.
off.
Phone
It's
break.
off. It's off. I'm keeping time on there.
School's
I'm just
over,
gonna
and
start
my
clock.
daughter has to return library books, guys. Attention, Mustangs. All items listed below.
I
gotta go.
I just went to a 5th grade graduation. They had a ceremony for
Fifth grade
graduating from 5th
graduation?
grade this morning.
who was the speaker?
2026, huh? We're doing 5th grade graduations
well,
now.
6th grade is middle school.
Where's your pops talking about that? Let me tell you something. That's bullshit.
What are you doing today? Tell him I'm self-employed.
Graduated 5th grade, huh?
I used to. That's I listened to me. You did 4th grade.
Dude.
What does Dad do? He's self-employed. Just write self-employed.
Are Canadians only nice in this country, or are
Yeah.
they nice? Like when I mean, hockey players are usually vicious to each other. Do you guys go sorry? Do you say sorry when you check somebody?
It depends on the circumstance, I guess.
Do
If it was a bad
Do
hit,
they fight as much?
I don't
there-
think it's so much in the game now as we used to. But yeah,
Were you a
fight all the
fighter?
time. You can't. I don't think you can. Yeah, sure.
'Cause
But
you box, right?
You can't. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you.
Were you the goon? Is the question.
No, but I've gotten fights in hockey for sure. For sure. I think it's tough when you play the game at the speed that it's played and everything too, and the shit hurts too, and it gets out of hand. And
It looks
when,
painful.
And when guys, and there's also, you're protecting the finesse players that are, maybe there's a lot of like, I don't want to get into this whole fucking thing because I'm not the guy to speak to it, because there'll be a lot of people out there, but there's, the code of it all is it makes it generally safer. The guys can go around and do whatever they want, or that it's enforced within the game, right?
Well, it's Gretzky. Gretzky
like-
was protected by the
100%.
big dudes.
yeah, and
right?
the tough guys usually fight the tough guys. You'll get beat up if you're being an asshole and you're chopping at guys that don't deserve it or something like that.
Yeah.
But no one goes out there and just like beats the shit out of somebody. That doesn't happen. You know what I mean? That doesn't want to fight. Right? I mean, it'll happen in the heat of the moment or whatever, but that's a little different. And then there's, that's
What if we
police
did like
and there's
UFC
payback
on
within it.
skates,
No.
and we put it on White House lawn? No, we set up a
You know what's
rink.
funny? I think Sean Strickland sent out a thing because he was watching hockey and he said, "I'll fight anybody on skates in a hockey fight. Let me see how it works." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. You're pretty tough, but on skates, it's pretty tricky to not like."
I
It is different because
I'm gonna go get Reeves out of retirement right now
pulling-
and bet on him.
I shot something
It's a bit
with
of a different weight class too. That guy's a monster.
I shot something with Nick Vachon, who's Rogie Vachon's son,
Yeah.
the goalie for the Kings or whatever. And we were talking about fighting or something. And he, within 2 seconds, he goes, I go, yeah, he was trying to show me fights. He goes, here's how it works. I didn't even know what was happening, and my shirt was up over my head.
Yeah.
He pulled my shirt up over my head, and then he was like uppercutting, bang,
Yeah.
bang, 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 and you're out. That's game over. I go,
We call that getting jerseyed.
is that right?
Sure, yeah.
That's why they have a fight strap. So at the back of the thing, and they only put it in.
So the shirt can't come up?
They have a fight strap. It was after I had played, maybe in the 90s or
that
something.
is
So
hilarious.
there's a thing. That's why you can't tuck your jersey in, right? Gretzky used to have his tucked in. It has to be out, and there's a strap that attaches to your to the back of your shorts.
Uh-huh.
And refs would go around too and check it too. Wow. See because
Wow, seatbelts in hockey.
Oh, wait, so
They'd pull it over, and then it's like you're hooded.
oh,
and
you're
just get
you're
jacked.
you're
You
fucked.
boxed as well.
Terrifying.
You're fucked.
It's terrifying if that happens.
you boxed as well?
Yeah. My son's had two. He's had two boxing matches. He trains a lot too. We trained. I did.
Tell me.
I did a comedy show called Rent a Goalie years ago in Toronto. I don't think it ever made it out of regional airing, but it was about goalie rental agencies, which is a real thing. So men's hockey is a massive sport, obviously, and the only position you can't play with is is a goalie, right? So there are services, and this is before thing where you'd call and you'd be like, what level, where are you playing? I'm at Leaside, it's B division, men's over 30, whatever. They're like, we'll send you fucking Tony or whatever. And a goalie shows up, you pay him $40 or whatever. So there are like stables of guys that hang. So we made a show like in Little Italy in Toronto where he's got a stable of goalies and he
I love it.
and he runs the thing. My ex-wife was in it as well. So I met some of my friends for life during that show. Stephen Amell that was one of the first things he did. He's on Baywatch with Hassie now,
Yeah.
and was in Arrow and all that sort of stuff. He was in it. This is forever ago. Super fun, and we had so many great guys. We get pro guys, NHL guys, and everything to come out and and do the show, right? Which was great. We'd have to deal with the league or the Rangers. As soon as we got into
that
the
show
league
didn't
and
take
everything
off?
too, it was, we did like maybe 3 seasons or something.
Oh,
but
okay.
it was like Showcase or something.
Yeah.
Still.
It didn't.
What a brilliant.
I was
and
I
it was
love
really
that.
weird. Like it was weird ass comedy, which I loved it, but
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like straight up, network friendly, whatever.
I got a
Canada
dumb,
has some of those kind of crazy comedies.
I got a dumb hockey
Letter
question
Kenny,
for
what's the other one? What's the one with the guys and the small
Shorzy?
Shorzy?
Yeah,
Great.
really, really.
Really
good.
Why
funny.
has
Well, it's the same
no-
guys,
Yeah.
Jared Kiso and stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
And Jacob Tierney. That's
Yeah, yeah.
that's their.
Apologies for this dumb hockey
yeah.
question. Why has nobody ever gone like to Hawaii, like to Samoa, and gotten the biggest man you've ever seen and made him a goalie?
Can't skate, man.
Can't
Like,
skate.
Is that the issue?
the
Like-
thing about hockey, man, is it's like it's funny you made that joke about figure skaters. All the skating coaches were usually figure skaters, like
Interesting.
for
Okay.
hockey, and probably still are, like
Yeah.
because they're the best skaters there. So if you can't skate,
Yeah.
you're not fucking playing.
I got
it's
you. Okay.
huge.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, it's every other fucking sport. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right,
like
right.
I don't want to like. It's the most difficult sport on the planet.
don't
There's
know.
no like pick any other sport and then tie knives to your feet and do it on ice.
I was gonna say every other
Right?
sport,
It's
like every other sport as a
agree.
kid growing up, like I played baseball. I could play the. There was never a moment in my life where I was like, let me get some skates. I could play
yeah,
hockey.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I never
I'm
considered.
from New
that.
Hampshire and I didn't play.
No,
Yeah.
there you
I
go.
also didn't like that the practices were at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, Daddy
Man,
doesn't
it's
like
cold.
that.
So he went to the military instead.
But side to side, lateral
'Cause they
movement,
get up
all
late.
that sort of stuff too.
Yeah.
But as far as tough guys, so we had, Ty Domi was on it a bunch, was on the ice with him. It was great. The late, great Bob Probert.
Yeah.
You guys know who he
I
is?
saw the
I do know
documentary
Bob
on
Ross.
it.
Yeah. So he was on the show. Lovely, fucking beautiful guy. We toured around to a bunch of different cities to promote the show. He came with us, and we'd fly into wherever and play the local fire department, police, whatever. And they were serious, like they wanted it, right? But so we had some like ex-pro guys, whatever too. But Probert also was a great player. Like he had some 30-goal seasons, so he was like, but an absolute killer, right? Like people know him as a tough guy, right?
Yeah.
And just mitts of like, we're on the ice, fucking around, and there's a bucket there, and to scoop a puck up and put it in a bucket is really hard. I mean, it's not, you could do it, but we're talking whatever, and he's scooping pucks up, bow, bow, and I'm like, wow, this guy is. But the thing about the tough guy thing was we'd do these things. We'd go out to the bar. We'd go out every night, drinking, partying, whatever. Everybody either wanted to, get a picture with him doing this, or fight him, right?
Literally wanted to fight him.
Because all the tough guys, and I probably happens with, sure with any high-level or boxers or this or
yes.
this. There's the barroom tough guys that are
Always.
like, well, and
It's
I'd be
the
there,
Old West, the gunslinger.
And you'd be
The
there
guy
with him, and
wanted-
you're like,
he wanted to take a shot.
and you'd be like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, man, it's everything. Now this way, probably. And I'm like, what is he thinking? He's like, it's constant though, right? So they're with their girls or whatever. He's like, oh, this fucking. I'm like, you were gonna die, bro.
Who was the hockey player? Remember the guy? He beat a guy up on the golf course, and every time he hit him, he would say "Bam."
Oh, who was
Remember
that?
guy?
That
Who
was
was
the
that hockey
funniest.
player? Do you remember that video?
Yes.
Bam! Bam!
He's like, don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
do it,
He's like,
bro.
hammering his buddy. He's like, get it. He's like, don't. He's like,
Throws him in the lake.
bam, bam. He's just like, and then he throws him, and he comes back. He's like,
I
stop.
will say,
What do you think? Because the guy was coming at him hot, like, "Come on, man!" I'm like,
But
what
he's
are you
doing his own sound
doing?
effects. Bam, blam.
apparently,
That's how tough he is. He can
I
add
love
his own
videos
sound
like
effects.
that because the algorithm has told me I love videos.
Yeah, the
like
same.
that Because
Yeah,
my
yeah.
feed is constantly, hey, how'd you like to see some jackass get beaten up on the subway? I would enjoy that very much. And it's
my
always the
God.
quiet
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
and then the dick is sitting in there, bam!
Mine is always the prankster that gets. I'm enjoying the pranksters that come out like, "You want some smoke?" and then the dude just hits him. And he's
Yeah,
like, "No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a prank."
Yeah,
And
there's
just
cameras
beat him.
over there. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
Well, even as a boxer, you're like, I'm always amazed that somebody would pick a fight with someone in a bar, not knowing any
Anything.
information about that person.
I-
You
yeah.
don't know who that is, and you're like, let's do this.
I feel
19
like so many guys train now too. It's not, like
I
if
know,
you train
exactly.
for fighting,
different now.
Like you can fight. That's the one thing that's kind of crazy is like so many guys still walk around to this day and are like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, have you ever?
Right.
You see red? I train fighting every day. Like,
Yeah, like-
I'll kill you. There's never a chance.
and
Like,
you can say that to them, and then they go, let's do it.
no,
These
no,
guys
but,
are-
but it's almost like going
Yeah.
like, I don't know, tennis is like, I think about it all the time. I'll fucking murder you at tennis. You're like, I play tennis every day, bro.
I'm a professional.
Like I'm like, yeah, I play tennis. This is my thing. I don't give a shit.
When I was
I've
20,
been
I'm at-
watching it.
I see red, bro.
When I was at
I
20,
play tennis. I see red.
I went to
You're like,
Golden
what?
Gloves. I'm 20 years old. I'm covering boxing in Vegas. My dad was an amateur fighter, and I'm getting some workouts in with Roger Mayweather. Okay, And very quickly, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a fun thing for me to learn to have in my bag. I will not be doing this.
Right.
I mean, like, Roger's like, it's 1, 2, and Roger, you just, whatever he says, like, I couldn't always understand it, but I was, you got it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no matter
yeah.
what he would say. And it's like 1, 2, he goes, okay, now you want to bring the right hand back up. I was like, yeah. 1, 2, pow, and he just smacks me, and then he hits me 14 more times on the glove, boom, and every time I'm getting hit, my buddy Ray keeps going, oh, ow, oh, and afterwards I was like, what are you making a noise for? He's smacking,
I don't,
the bell's gonna go off, he's gonna have a flashback that he's fighting Whitaker and kick my ass. Like, I don't want that to happen.
I've never
amazing.
So
boxed.
I would go in and train, but I was
He's
never.
like, see, now you're going to keep the right up, right?
I was just saying.
I'm going to keep it up. I promise.
Guess who keeps it up for the last 36 years?
Tapes it to his head.
So we're shooting Tacoma, season 2, I want to say, and I was at the gym training in Redondo. I was at Triton with my buddy John Marsh, who runs the gym. Mm-hmm. We're doing some light sparring, and I was shooting that afternoon, and I throw a big loopy hook, and I think he was saying the same thing, like, don't loop your hook so much. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Whoop, like this. You call it answering the phone, so he does one of these, and this arm goes into his elbow, ping, and I'm like, that doesn't, fuck, fuck. And I'm like, and my bicep goes.
I remember that. I remember when that happened to you.
Snapped the tendon in my bicep, and I'm like, oh god, oh fuck, and I'm like, I'm working that afternoon, like you guys are all there. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, no, I fucked it up. He's like, hey, put some ice on it. I'm like, I fucked it up. Yeah. So I go to the clinic, and even she's like, and I'm like, okay, fine, like, it's fucked. I know it's fucked. And then I go, had time to swing by the ortho, and they saw me, and he's like, okay, it's severed, right? So when you sever that tendon, your bicep gets pulled up into your arm. And I called Lem and Steve, and maybe it was Dan, whoever the first AD was, and I'm like, hey, can everybody meet me in the office? I'm on my way to work, and I'm just like, fucking an arm that doesn't work, and just driving to set, sweating. I'm like, they're gonna fire me. Like, well, what an asshole. Like, what? I'm sure I signed something that said, like,
you're not getting fired.
You can't box before a show.
Yeah, don't fight, don't fucking skydive, and whatever the insurance rider was, right? And I get there, and I think I told them, and I'm like, hey guys, I was lifting weights, and I kind of dropped. I don't know why I lied, because I just was nervous that it was whatever. I didn't even tell them until like a week later that I was like, oh, I was boxing. And then they ended up writing it in,
of course,
right? Because they're the best dudes ever. Yeah, and it happened to be the double episode where we have the fireman's ball. So we're not doing any calls, right? And we're in dress wear. And the gag was, I'm trying to find Andy a date, right? And this is Eugene Cadero's character, who plays like my best buddy on the show. And they said, well, why don't I? And I'm like, oh, I'll put my arm in a sling, and I'll be lame and crippled, so they'll all love you or whatever. That was what we came up with. So I did the whole double episode in a sling. And of course, the joke was, they're like, oh my God, what happened? Were you saving somebody? And they all fell in love with me or whatever. Nice. But we had to do pre and post thing. And I remember doing a scene, and it's in the outtakes. Heffernan has it on his thing, and my arm's on the table because I can't move it. And we're doing this bit where it was like a salt and pepper shaker, and I'm like, so if this is you and this is me, and we're at the party and whatever, and I'm just fucking pouring, like sweat's coming down. I'm like shifting my arm, and it's also just going like. Heffernan's like, oh, we got to get him out of. No, Lemmy was directing, and Heffernan's like, get him out of here, man. And Lemmy's like, yeah, keep going.
It's only been 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to surgically.
You got any other bits?
Don't they have to surgically reattach it?
Right?
Yeah. So what they do is they drill a hole through your tibia or whatever the fuck this is.
They drill, by the way. They don't cut.
I did that.
They have to connect it into the bone.
I made the mistake of like watching the procedure on YouTube, right?
No.
And I'm like, oh God. No. And the doctor's literally gets some like vice grips, and he's got his foot on the table, and he's like pulling the thing back down, and the body is like, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. So they pull it down, drill it, pull it through the tendon because it's a big thick cord. Put a cuff link on the other side of it. So then when it heals, you're like, oh great, that's it. Like I'm done. Like I will never. Because it's shorter and it's atrophied, so you're trying to like. So the after the surgery is way more painful because it's the rehab of trying to like
straighten.
That's
it
why
out.
I got a little. It's a little like if it hangs a little gimpy,
sure,
I can straighten it. But I was like I will never straighten it. It's just physically like.
Yep.
So yeah, man, it was it sucked, but Kevin and Steve, God bless them, they made it work.
Get crazy injuries in hockey. I blew my knee out. I had arthroscopic surgery like right after my senior year in high school.
Oh, playing
I was
soccer.
Summer
Yeah.
soccer, and I popped my. I was like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
and I tried to like work just therapy it for like 6 months, and then it popped again.
Mine are all
I had
weekend.
I had
I
surgery.
blew out the ligaments twice. I ripped them but playing pickup games. Like not even. I didn't even get to go home with a
It's
trophy.
almost worse because you're not warm and you're not doing it right.
That's exactly right.
In hockey, there's they keep defibrillators in every rink. I think it's a law now too, because guys that were like really good way back when, and then you show up, you're like, yeah, and you can't. I know that I can't. Even now, my son's like, let's get a beer league team together. I'm like, okay, I know I got to train and ease into it, because once you get out there, you're not going to float around and go slow. If you used to go fast, you're going to go fast, and so it happens a lot where these guys will do no fucking movement at all, and then they get on the ice. And hockey is in 30-second increments of as fast as you can fucking go, and then you sit down, right? And then you go as fast. And if you're going slow out there, guys are like, get the fuck up, gang! 24, get the fuck up, right? You're skating around, right? If you watch the pro games, no one's out there longer than a minute unless you're, Nathan McKinnon or something, right? So
it's they change over a lot more than they did back in the day.
For sure. It's like, it's as fast as you can possibly go, get off, right?
You have to go that faster, they'll go right by you. These guys are
the level of it, right? And that's how they
nuts.
train. So, like the assault bikes, like go this way, and then like rest or whatever. So that heart rate and stuff too. So there's so many guys, they're having heart attacks and stuff out there.
That's the same. That's the
I saw the
same.
premier guy,
The ice skating. I was going to say really quick, just the ice skating, because it's so smooth that you just keep going. They say it's the same thing like when you shovel snow. Guys have heart attacks because you're just getting this rhythm and you just keep going and you just think and it's.
And it's guys
that
die.
It's heart attacks all the time shoveling snow.
Mike, come on, shovel it fucking. He's like, okay, but he doesn't do anything ever, and then does the most insane workout for however long, and then just
I don't smoke without my Marlboro.
No, it's crazy.
My father and I had the worst fights about the driveway because he would start shoveling before the snow would finish. He'd halfway through the snowstorm, he'd go out, and I'd go, no. I'm not shoveling it twice. I'll shovel it once. I'm going to wait till the snow finishes. And he'd go out, and then my mother would be like, she'd be knitting, and she'd be like, well, when he dies of a heart attack, you're going to feel terrible. And I go, damn it. And then I'd grab a shovel, and I'd go out. And then we would have a fight. He liked to go all the way down the middle, and then we had a long driveway, and then come back up, and then go one side down, then come back up and go what? And we had we drew it out mathematically, the amount of steps taken, and I was like, just go zigzag the whole way down, and he was
right.
I picked somebody up.
Can we please buy a snowblower?
I know.
Please.
Do you think you're?
I picked a guy up on the street in Montreal. I was living in Montreal for about 3 years.
Nice.
And it was one winter, I was doing a show there, but I was just driving and I just see this guy laying in the middle of the road with a shovel, and I get up there and I'm like, hey, and I open the door, hey, you okay? And it's still snowing. And so the wife comes out, I told you. I just scream at him, I told you, you got something.
Oh, wow.
He's like, then the wife was screaming at him. And
He's like, I was taking a break, huh? Come on, give me a goddamn break.
He was speaking French, and she was like, just...
Talking about almost dying. So in hockey, Peter, my buddy Peter, the director, Winther, he plays in the Bruckheimer League forever, and he still plays, man. He's like my age. He's still playing in some crazy league. He doesn't have kids, so he has time. But the dude, somebody flipped, and the skate came up and cut him in the neck, and he had 15 stitches, but luckily it missed his artery. No. But I keep seeing that happen.
At that game? In that
in some random pickup league, yeah.
Wow.
The dude flipped, and the skate came up and went across his throat.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the world telling you to stop playing hockey.
Yeah.
Wow,
Maybe
man.
play field
You
hockey.
see those in the
well,
pros.
that's why. I mean, when Ryder was coming up and playing and stuff too, neck guards were mandatory, right?
Good.
You
if
see
you
even
took a
some
puck in the neck too, that
some
would kill you.
Yes.
goalies too. They call it a billy goat, which is it's got strings
Hard,
on it.
Yeah.
hard for Vegas has it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like that, or you can wear but mandatory, and then you play pro and you don't have to. Every fucking guy is like, nope. Take it off. They're like, I don't want to wear a turtleneck. It looks dumb. Or whatever. You see her
it's like-
Marcy Perron. They're all like, you still wearing that fucking turtleneck? And what are you doing, you fucking goofball?
Pussy.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. I mean, I would rip someone apart if they're wearing a turtleneck out there. But it's like, I'm like, I wish I could wear one. I'm a bit nervous, but...
It is crazy how we, as
But nice fucking turtleneck,
men
Mr. Rogers. Why don't you go take a rest?
sports, we have this mentality
Yes,
of
yes.
yeah. My
Everything I ever broke, tore, sprained is because I probably wasn't wearing the right equipment.
My high school coach, if you tried to wrap your knee or something, you'd wrap it, he goes, that's just a target. That's a target.
Yeah.
That's right.
What are you trying
That's right.
He goes,
now they know where to kick you.
They go, that's exactly right. They know you're weak.
That's right.
You're like that's where the wolf takes you. I was like, whatever, dude.
Amazing.
Oh my god! All right, we have gone way too
over,
long.
but it's been fun.
I know.
Oh fuck, this was so fun, man.
You drove in. We
You
figured.
did. We
Wait,
really
listen.
appreciate
This is
that.
the first. So we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back for another 90-minute segment of Gabe Hogan.
Good, round 2. We'll actually
Do
play
us a
poker.
favor.
Yes.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and huge thanks to Gabe for coming to visit us.
Thank
Do
you.
me a favor. Go watch this. You'll want to see the majesty of Gabe explaining how his arm. That's crazy, by the way.
How his bicep looked like it was right here. Just pushed all the way
Fix it,
up.
guys.
There it is. There it's fixed. It's fixed. By the way, guys,
I'm
that's
78 years old. 78.
I'm not going to flex because mine's basically the same. So just know that
We
that's
actually
also
haven't
mine.
even talked about your workout regimen, but you
That
are
looked like my thigh.
in sick shape,
Yeah.
dude.
Thanks, buddy.
I mean, come on. And you were married with kids. Well, what kind of person stays in that kind of shape when they're married with kids?
This guy.
Oh, what? You don't give up? Is that you're the kind of guy who doesn't quit? Whatever.
Oh, this guy doesn't give up. He's fucking. That's your friend.
Now Gabe's going to be playing your dad in the biopic.
That's my favorite bit of the whole
I'd
thing.
come home late at night and my dad would be watching like the History Channel, and like the Luftwaffe marching down. And he'd be
Right.
smoking a cigarette, and he'd say two things to me. First, he'd look at me and he'd go, "A fucking Goebbels." You put me in a room for 5 minutes with Goebbels, we don't have a war. And then I'd pause and he'd go, "You want to split a Coke?" I said, "Sure." Let's split a soda, Dad.
It was Goebbels. It wasn't Hitler. Hitler had nothing. It was all Goebbels.
It was whoever was on the screen at the time when I came in, if you want to know the truth. Yeah, that's the
Funny.
truth.
But you got to work. You work out like how many days a week? Probably every day, right?
4, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I lift 4, so I go 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 2 days off, and then
actually smart.
I'll box
Yeah.
or do whatever in between, or train at the gym. But I try to just. I feel like it's consistency. I think as we get
That's
older
good.
too, man, you got to be,
Are you are you tight on your dietary intake?
Not so much. I mean, it's trickier now that, when you get older to sort of stay thing. I was making this joke the other day. I had to have my shirt off in this thing again. I'm like, dude, I thought that was going to be done in my 20s. And also when I was 20, I'd be like, sure, give me a weekend. I'll drink coffee and smoke cigarettes for the weekend. And I'll be fucking,
It takes me 4 days to warm up to play golf.
right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
my back's not going to make it if I don't really start stretching.
That's it. I just try to stay consistently ready. I was just walk around feeling better too, right? You know what I mean? You get up early and just do it. If you got an early call, get up and fucking do it, man.
I'm a ginger, so no one has ever asked me to take off my clothes on screen. It's just actually on My Boys they shot with my ass. I'm supposed
No,
to have,
backless. Got a backless
No,
shirt.
we shot one. Oh, I do have a backless shirt, which is hard to look
We
at.
shot your ass too?
Yeah.
I don't think I was
So-
there that day.
Yeah, they didn't use it. He just wanted it.
Here's what happens. So they do one take covered, but then they shoot this whole thing where I'm laying in bed and the Mimi Rogers has left,
Oh,
and
that's
I'm
right.
supposed to be having had sex and my ass, and it's supposed to be really funny. And then I see the final cut, and they did not show my ass. I'm completely covered in a blanket. And I went to
editor's like,
Tarsus,
"Yeah,
and I
no."
went, "Hey, what happened? I thought the ass shot was pretty funny." She goes, "It wasn't funny at all." And she goes, "It was pretty terrifying." So we just we did that. We had to cover your ass.
It wasn't funny.
Do me a favor, go follow Gabe Hogan.
Follow
What are
Gabe
your
Hogan.
handles to tell people?
Hogan Film.
Hogan Film.
Hogan Film.
Yes, sir.
He has he'll have all kinds of footage from Hawk coming out with
Yes.
Will Ferrell, which is amazing. You also have Bolio.
Yes, with
You
the
have a film
amazing,
out
with the
right now.
amazing
Tony Shalhoub.
Tony Shalhoub, Eugene Cordero, Kevin Heffernan makes an appeance.
I thought you said polio, and I thought
No,
it was a little bit
polio.
late in the interview to get to that.
Do you want to get into that, guys? That's
okay.
a lot of people. It's making a comeback. Well,
It is. And I
easy
really got
as it
nervous.
is.
I was like, really? We're pulling this out at the end? Okay.
Tony
Public service
Shalhoub. I did a monk episode. I was the bad guy.
Of course.
I told that story.
Yes, I know.
My mother went up to he shot me in the show, and then my mother saw him on the red carpet where I was interviewing people, and she ran up to him and went, "You shot my son!" out of context.
Amazing.
And he was like, "What the?
He was probably great about it. My dad was in the pilot of Monk.
Is that right?"
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
God, I forgot it.
All right, you have to come back.
Was it shot in Toronto?
So they shot the pilot in Vancouver, I think.
That's
and
right.
Then, and then the series
That is
was
right.
here?
Here.
Or?
I shot down
Yeah.
here.
I think it was
Yeah,
down
yeah.
here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to have to come back on the show.
100%.
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah,
it.
for sure.
Check him out online, and we'll put all links to him. Huge thanks to Victor Nelly, our producer-director, Lazy Mountain Media.
Lazy Mountain Media.
Really quick, Gabe, what does Lazy Mountain mean to you?
Yeah, so guys, I thought about this a lot. Super familiar with the whole Lazy Mountain. I'm sorry, you got to tell me.
There
I
you
really
go.
thought he prepared an answer.
No, he really did. He really
You
did.
didn't jump in. I'm like, fuck, was I supposed to know that?
Did you do your homework on Lazy Mountain? You didn't do.
He started talking. I was like, "Oh, good." Jamie
Lazy
emailed him
Mountain,
and
some
said,
of the best coffee I've ever had. Lazy Mountain coffee.
Lazy Mountain
Lazy Mountain
coffee. Yeah. They added.
I should have brought back to the LA River, which we did at the beginning.
Yep.
Ben Depp social media, Mike Bunin, Jamie Kaler, and of course Gabe Hogan joining us today. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, follow. Clips will be out, and we'll have fun. We'll see you next time here on Who Knew?